Hello and welcome back to Bally Spring. Right, as you can see, we are continuing on with the madness that is this particular sugar beet harvest. Not entirely certain how long the rest of it's going to take, because let's be honest, it did take some time for the first bit, but the headland always does seem to be the most yielding section, at least from my experience with crops and all that. It seems that's the case. But what we'll do is we will crack on with this harvest, just carry on with it. I mean, I don't think we'll hit a point where we can't harvest anymore because of the snow, but my goodness, does this backdrop ever look amazing for a little bit of harvesting. Right, we can only go so far there. Alright, so that was just about a full run, going up and down one sort of row, and I would like to stick to rows if possible. Right, we are going to need to put the... right, it goes out that side. So what I'll do is I'm going to try and turn around and go back down that row at least. At the very least, I'll try and go down to line it up so that I don't have to drive in the crop or move the harvester to unload. There we go, that worked out quite well. Quite well-ish, at least. But yes, this will fill up in a matter of seconds here. Might as well get the old pipe out and ready to go. Oh my, that's quite the hill it seems. Blimey, look at that. And we're full anyway, so we'll head over to the... where is our John Deere? Well, not ours, I reckon. It's the shops. They are leasing it out to us because we do not have the equipment for this. But yes, as I say, I reckon that the rest of the harvest should go fairly swimmingly, albeit a bit slow, perhaps. Who am I joking? There's so many beets left to harvest, but it's alright. I'll try and break it up into, you know, a bit of a mix of, I don't know, time lapse and a bit of mix of all sorts of different things, and it should work out to be quite good. So I'll just get that loaded in there. While that's loading in, I'm curious to see. Right, that is absolutely nothing there that we could use. Yeah, well, I don't even know why we're looking. We don't really have money to play around with either. So, right, seems that's full up. So we'll just shut the engine. I guess we don't need to turn the engine off. It's not our fuel burning, and it saves us having to start the engine every time. Right, so we'll just carry on, go past here, and then we can put the pipe down. Oh, it's got a bit in there. Oh, no, don't. Alright, as long as it didn't go on the ground. Right, so as I say, it's going to be a bit of a job, and I don't want to time-lapse the whole thing, because the last episode was a lot of harvesting and beet harvesting time-lapse, and so I'll try and divide it up. The problem is there's not really any other jobs that we can do in the meantime. What I might try and do is, if we get to a nice position, I could hire a helper to help, just to go along the ways, essentially this way, when the pipe is out, because then I can follow along beside the helper and load up the trailer, and it might help efficiency. Unfortunately, we can't really do that going the other way because the pipe is in the field. So what I'm going to do... right, look at that. We're already pretty much full, and turning around here is very difficult because we haven't fully... it'll be much better once we get a bit more of the edges cleared up, all the longer parts. Once we're through with the longer rows, it'll really help to make it seem less intense, if you will. Right, this is not on. How are we going to go about this? Right, well, the pipe comes out that side, yeah, so let's just go this way, and we'll do another sort of headland run, I suppose. And then, yeah, we're going to be filling up the trailer every few seconds, so it is madness. Don't get me wrong, but we are going to get some money from it, which is very nice, and we should get a nice chunk of money from the actual extra yield as well. That's the hope, at least. Here we'll see how it all turns out. Right, we will crack on with the time lapse, and I will try and do a nice mix of maybe some time lapse, bit of jump cut here and there, and also try and get Helper on. See if we can fast track this this project. I'm going to call it a project because that's what it is. It's a massive, massive sugar beet project. Right, we'll crack on with it. Alright, well, what's going to happen now is I'm going to set this off on a helper up this way. We've made a dent, but it's minor. It's almost impossible to tell how much has been harvested. So what we're going to do is going to try and make it up the hill here. We'll head to the sell point, we'll get this dropped off, we'll see where the harvester is at by the time we get there. I might have to stop off and stop the helper so it's not incurring all the fees. And then we'll just carry on with the harvest. I reckon I will probably jump cut a big chunk of it. I'm going to do a load of it off camera. Maybe a bit of, like I say, the odd jump cut section here and there, but for the most part it will be off camera because this is just mental. This is so much to do for this particular harvest. So what we'll do is head to the sell point and we'll see you when we get there. Alright, so here we have sugar beet unloading, and we'll get the other sugar beet trailer unloading as well. So before I even reached the shop, and now remember how close this field is to the shop, before I even reached the shop I actually had to stop the helper with the harvester because he was already full up, which is mental, absolute mental. So it's funny because in this series, so Bally Spring and Vintage Farming have both had, but that's nice, 46% transported, that's good, have both had part 1 and 2 of a sugar beet harvest, which is quite funny. Very different scale, mind you, very different, but the same concept indeed. Right, so I will head back now to the field and I'll get a good chunk of the field done. If any, what I might even do is just get these trailers loaded up full, and then from there we'll be able to move on. That should hopefully be a big chunk of the field completed that I can get done off camera, just to get it done as well, because we do want to move on. I don't want to be stuck doing this sugar beet harvest for the entirety of this episode as well, because it was a good chunk of the last also. Right, we'll head to the field, and then the next time I see you, these trailers will be chock full of sugar beet. Alright, well, as promised, here is another full load of sugar beet, and we'll just get it unloaded here. We'll see. Right, we'll get that started, get that one, so that's doing its thing. Down here we have, okay, the helper did stop here. As you can see, we've got a big chunk off the field done. Once we start going up these rows, it will look at that, we've got 72% completed, so happy days. We are all the way up here, which is quite a distance, and 69% transported, which is good, because that means we will get some money from the sugar beet sales itself. Now, I would like to keep some. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, how are selling prices now? Actually, they're alright. And, I don't know, we're selling here, I think. I don't know what this sales point is, but... oh, it is that one. It is that one indeed. Bally Spring Let. So, it's alright. It's better than the main... or than the highest price currently, which is very good. So we will just crack on with it. Very quickly before we do, one thing I wanted to say is that if we do our own sugar beet harvest in the future, or when we do, because inevitably we'll need to, I fully reckon on doing a slightly bigger field to make it worth hiring the big self-propelled sugar beet harvester, because this is madness. But we are doing it, we're not going to stop now, and that money will greatly help with the future of the farm. So we'll head back to the field, crack on with a bit more harvesting, and we'll see you once again when these trailers are chock full of sugar beet. Right, so once again we are at the sell point, and we will get all of our, well, not all of, but a good chunk of our sugar beet dumped off here, and we should be nearing, very near, to the end of the harvest. Right, the helper is claiming to be done. Not quite, but very, very nearly indeed. We'll just send them down the way once again. Yeah, they'll fill up well before we return, but the nice thing is we should be able to get all of the rest of the sugar beets loaded into these two trailers without having to go back once again. So happy days there, and well, we'll head back. Look at that, amazing sunset. It's just so fiery and wonderful. Very beautiful, incredibly beautiful. And we're okay, there's the 80%. It'll hit 100 before we get there, certainly. But yes, it is certainly not a quiet winter month as it usually is, at this time at least. I was fully intending on having a nice chill pass through the winter, but instead I decided to do this contract. So there you have it. Right, we'll head back to the field, and we'll get some more sugar beet loaded into the trailer. Right, well, here is the final bit of sugar beet, and we are done. I will ensure, of course, that we haven't missed any little bits all the way around, because I'm sure there were some that were missed, but probably fairly inconsequential amounts of sugar beet, like this, for example, could be collected, I suppose, even just the one sort of pass by. But for the most part, we are done, and that is happy days. I have also decided that, right, that was an alright amount. I might go back for that other section as well. I have decided that for our own animals, sugar beets are probably not what's going to happen, to be honest. I think I'm all sugar beeted out already for Bally Spring, to be completely honest with you. What I might do instead is, because the price of buying carrots is so inexpensive, that might actually be the course of action that we take, versus all the expensive equipment that we would need for sugar beets. And I'm really, I think if we got like a massive trailer of it and just stored it somewhere at 200 and whatever it is pounds for every 1,000 litres of carrots, that will be enough. That will be sufficient for the chickens and the cows and their respective feed that needs beets. So instead of sugar beet, we can use carrot. So it's unfortunate we can't really grow carrot. It would be kind of fun to do that on this map for them, but that is absolutely fine, and we're all done. All done. Let that roll down the hill. What I'll do is... oh, I thought the other trailer had disappeared. But I will remove it because we do not need it. I don't think there's... no, nothing in there. We'll take this final trailer down to the sell point, and then we can finally wrap up this madness of a contract. And for the final time for this contract, we have arrived at the sell point. We'll get the last of our sugar beet loaded in, and we should get a bit of extra money coming from this as well. Now let's see how much indeed. Oh, on the last 10,000. That is not bad, not bad, not bad. Fantastic! £5,600 plus 539 for the environmental score reward, and we didn't even do anything on that field. So now what we can do, we can shut that down. Completed. It was only £8,000. I swore it was more than that. Oh right, it was 8,000 plus the 5 from the actual crop itself. So really, at the end of it all, don't know if that was worth it. I mean, maybe total 13,000 was all right, but yeah, happy days. We are done that contract now. All the equipment has been returned. We can have a look at the animals here quickly before we move along. Of course, the cows are not too good for moisture food and power food. Now the thing with the moisture food and the power food is that if we look at their food, so moisture food is where they would have the sugar beets. Now we can do carrots and that would be fine. Did we get some more chickens? No, what? Oh, 0 months. We got 14 new female chickens, 9 cockerels, baby cockerels, chicks, little chicks. Any other fresh ones? Nope, but that's fine. They just keep adding and adding in. It's fantastic. So they're still good for a bit, but that total efficiency is going to go very quickly. Here for our cows, yeah, it's unfortunate. We've got, well, yeah, I don't know. That's a bit frustrating. It is unfortunate. I would like to have them fully fed all the time if we could do, but what I might do is, well, actually we're going to move on. We're going to move on to January because we're done. December's over, the snow is falling, but oh right, the silage. Right, well we might get a nice chunk of cash from this. We should have a look to see. Price-wise, where are we here? Slurry, no. Grass silage, 510 and 511, but it does say going up. So hopefully it goes up in January, which is when we will sell. And we should have some. Yes, we do have a full trailer here, and we'll sell a good chunk of this silage. We still have over 100,000 rather liters. I suppose as well. No, we'll keep that bucket, but I was going to say we could sell it. Right, well that's all for December, so we will pop off to bed, and we'll see you in January. Good morning and welcome to January. So we do have snow in the forecast there, as you can see, but I was looking, let's see, grass silage, 527 and decreasing. Right, so we won't wait till February because we have the best price rate there. Is that where we just were as well? Indeed it is. I don't think we need that then. We can get rid of the Bally Spring Mart. And right, so we'll go and, well, we'll take one trailer load at least down. And we should have a look at the cows, because I reckon... Hello! Alright, that was right there. Okay, let's have a look very quickly because... Oh my bloody Nora, they are out of almost all the food. Oh my. Okay, right, very quickly before we go, let's... well, really, I should just give them this trailer load, really. Yes. I'll just dump this trailer. I know it's all ready to go to be sold, but I will put at least this in. Are they out of straw as well? Unbelievable. They really do go through so much. I do... Oh, hello. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That is not on. Please oh my, what's happened? Right. Have I... Oh my goodness. Right, give us a second. Right, okay, so I managed to not explode, and yeah, I was able to unload all the rest of the trailer in. Although it was flopping about everywhere, I managed to get it sorted. I was going to reset the tractor and trailer, but then it just popped up into the air, and then it was fine. So that's fine. They are good now for, well, good for at least base food. I will, very quickly, before we run off to the shop, I should check the price though, because it's probably... Right, still 527, that's good. I want to get them some hay as well. I reckon... I can't remember how large these bales are. But let's just get this hooked up. I'll get that open. Trailer's sort of in the way. Now these bales are 8,000. So we'll just give them 2 for now. Get in here, get a couple of them. Brilliant. Thank you very much. And then they probably are out of straw as well, so I'll probably have to give them a bit of straw, or at least I'd like to. We'll also have to get, I might just get, as I said, a large trailer load of carrots later on, just to have it available for them all the time. And then of course, I mean, it's just frustrating because we don't have the maize, sorry, not maize, the soybeans that we need for... Let's see, straw. Oh, they've got some in, it's fine. We don't have the soybeans yet for their food that we could use instead of, what, the what do you call it? The, blimey, I can't remember it at all. Oh my. I've completely blanked on what it's called. The mineral feed, right. So instead of mineral feed, we can use soybeans for their food in that particular category. And I've decided... don't want the whole thing. There we are. Right, now I will connect back to this and we'll get in the Mighty Merlot, which, yes, I probably should have added on the weights to... Here, we'll shut the engine off there. Probably should have added the weights on to the back, but I didn't, and that's fine because we are still able to at least deal with all of the silage, no problem. There we are. We'll just get we'll get the trailer loaded up. Actually, what I'll do is I will put this into a cheeky time lapse just while I load up another full trailer and possibly another few full trailers, because we really want to bring in a bit of extra cash, especially since we know how easy we can get silage. Although I'm still confused as to why it doesn't work with our loader. I might have to... Oh, hello, there we are. I might have to look into that again, because I still don't understand why our mixer, which is amazing, it's a I remember, I swore it was out for FS19, and I remember using it, if not one similar to it, back in the day, and it was amazing. But now with Maize Plus, I feel like I don't know all of the... I just don't know how to use it properly, I suppose. It's just, it won't take my grass silage for some strange reason. Alright, so we're at the sell point here for our own crop now, which is great. This is our first time being here without selling sugar beet. And we will see how much we actually get from our grass silage as it dumps out the back there. The money is flying up. It's quite a high tip as well on that. It's good, as you want it to be. You want it to get out, but... Right, not too bad. 6,793 plus £654 for the environmental score reward. So that is all right. I think we'll do a couple more loads just to make it fully worthwhile. So we'll head back to the farm and we'll see you there. Right, so this will be our final load, for now at least, of silage to sell. I think it's best to keep what we have as well, because we will go through it fairly quickly. We already have, and to be honest, look, like, we should really have this much more full than that. It's just we do need the money as well. But that's alright, we got another 8,000-ish pounds, just over 8,000 pounds from that sale. So we are at 53,881. And we're in January, so there's not a lot on, and we do have snow in the forecast. I just want to see, when is it going to snow? Right, straight away for just a little while, but unfortunately, aside from maybe getting some more food for the cows as well, of course purchasing it, how are they doing? They're alright. Getting some more food for the cows in the cow shed. Other than that, I think we might be done with January, so we'll head back to the farm. Actually no, we'll head... we might head straight to the shop actually and get this full of carrots so that we can dump it off, because I reckon it can't be more than couple thousand pounds for a trailer full of carrots. So we'll head to the shop, get some carrots, and then we'll go feed the cows. Alright, well, we are at the fuel station here now. Just need to get a bit of a top up. There we are, £151, that's not too bad. So we are at the shop here. I did stop off the farm to grab our front loader and attacher so that we could bring back at least one pallet of mineral feed. Now, I would like to... actually what I should do is double check how full. So 12,000, so we'll do 12 pallets of carrots. That's quite a bit. But where is it? Let's find carrots. Right, so it's 1,000 and we need 12, so that's 8. Now I know this, yeah, so alright, shouldn't be too bad. I know this might seem like silly to just buy the food, but really the cost of everything for, there we are, for, oh, what's happened there? What's happened to my carrots? The cost of doing all the BEET work is immense, to be honest. It's right, it should still be fine actually. We'll just start filling up with carrots. Yeah, no, the BEET work necessary for the animals is just a lot. If I was doing pigs on a big scale, then that would be a different story, but for the fact that we are doing, and also if I was doing it with maybe potentially not Maize Plus, because Maize Plus is quite intense with the food aspect of things, which is good. I mean, that's the whole point, and I really did want the this playthrough to be a bit more realistic, again, as if I knew anything about actual farming, but that's neither here nor there, as I am learning mostly about farming sim, realistic farming sim versus realistic farming. But I still have this issue where I have to get out and get back in for the refill tipper icon, that basically refilling the unit to show up. I don't understand why it still does that after all this time, but nevertheless it's not all the time either in it, and it happens on online on the multiplayer server. It happens, yeah, it happens single player all the time as well. But no matter, we are just about done here. So we'll get one more. So yeah, this will get loaded up and happy days. Now we'll purchase the, that's a lot of carrots, we'll purchase the mineral feed for the cows, just the one, because I don't trust having more than one on this bale spike. But we'll get that connected and then we'll see you back at the farm. Alright, so we'll start with the power food. Should be able to just take it. There we are, it's taking it now. Now their power food is 10%, moisture food, being the carrots in this case, are 20. And I don't necessarily want to fill all of it up because we might need some for the chickens, but I suppose the cows just need it the most, don't they? Right, well, we have to be very, very careful with this regardless because of how silly last time was. Right. Overload. Right, much better, much better, much better. Oop, still a bit close. Ah, perfect. Oop, hello. That's the wrong, just tried to hit the wrong button. Oh, go on then. Take it all. Take it all. Hungry, hungry heifers. That's alright. Okay, we'll get that folded up. We'll get this put away. Because we don't need it just yet. Although we might need it again very soon. We do not need it just for now. There we go. Right, well, other than, I don't know, we might, I don't think we need to sell any more silage. I think we can use what we have there, and then the problem is, though, we want to make more silage soon. I don't know how soon we'll do maize silage, but again, I will have to look here. I'll just shut that down for now. I will have to look more into this mixer just to see what it is that obviously I'm doing something wrong, but I don't think it's going to allow me to use grass silage because it wouldn't accept it in any of the recipes, unfortunately. So it is a bit of a mystery, that is, but we are going through it fairly quickly. What are we at here? It doesn't. Oh, what? It says 0. Why does it say 0? Let's get out. Go back in. It's very strange. Well, it's not 0. There is definitely some there. Just don't know how much. Right, well, worst case is we just have to relocate it somewhere else, and then we can fill this up with even more grass to ferment, of course, into silage. So at least we can feed it to them that way. So, oh yes, they're very happy now. Hello. Hello there. Let's hop in here with you. They're very docile because they're eating, so that's good. Right. You enjoy your food. Sorry I don't have any more food for you just yet. Right, well, that is where we will leave it. We'll leave it with the cows in view. So January, as it stands, is probably done. We'll double check everything before we move on, but the next time we see you will be in February, and then hopefully we can get some more things carried on and get ready for spring, which will be very busy indeed. Right, well, as always, thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, please do take care, and bye for now.